Tater time! DJ Ooey UNCLELOU! Hey, good morning. It's Uncle Lou here. Yep, that's right. It's me, Uncle Lou. Live for you on LouTube. And guess what? It's Tater time. Tater time today. Clemson Spring Game. Just getting ready to get started here. They just got done rubbing their rocks, running down the hill and releasing purple balloons. So we should just about be ready to get underway here. See about this Cole Klubnik feller. How y'all doing? Masters comes on at 2, I think. We'll keep an eye on that, too. Tiger Woods tees off at 1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock. Or does the Masters come on now? When does the Masters come on today? Let's check. How y'all doing? How your mom and them? How your mom and them? Let me see when the Masters is coming on in that. Tater Town, DJ Ooey UNCLELOU. Ooey UNCLELOU. Masters. Oh yeah, it doesn't come on for a while. Well, live from the Masters is on the Golf Channel. Watch that. Here up. Here up. All right, then. Tater time, Masters over here. It's cold here today too. These Masters type people. It's cold outside today. I'm telling you, it's freezing. Doing here. Let me put this about like right. Well, I might put it right there. How's that? How'd that be? Oh, I think that'll be just fine. All right then. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing? I'm gonna take roll just to make sure everyone's here on time. Jay Shipes, good morning. Jack Harrington, Michael Porter, John. Well, what happened to Dwayne Haskins? R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins. What happened to Dwayne Haskins? Texans fan, Michael Porter, Chase Woods, Colby, Everlasting Chaos, Red Pitt, Sour, YT, Chad Brewster, good morning. He says Georgia sucks. Well, you swallow, Chad, so it is what it is. JN Highlights, Mayhem Matthew, Luke Walker, Matt Dummett, Colby. Damn, he died in a car accident? Really? Man. I hadn't heard that. That's terrible. He's young, too. He can't be 25 years old. That's sad. Got ran over by a car. The hell? Let me see what y'all talking about here. Yeah. I didn't even know he was with the Steelers now. Oh, that's right. The Redskins got rid of him. Haskins was training in South Florida with other Steelers quarterbacks. Damn. That's terrible. That's terrible. I hate to hear that. Oh my God. I might have to put this thing on mute. They didn't give Dabo a microphone. They can't even catch the damn kickoff, these taters. A dump truck going like 70 on the highway. What was Dwayne Haskins doing walking on the highway? Either way, it doesn't matter, but that's horrible. That's horrible. All right, here's DJ, 6'4", 250 pounds, a junior from California. Completed 55% of his passes last year, but of course we already know that's the problem. He was absolute doo-doo. Start calling him doo-doo ukulele. Doo-doo ukulele. Instead of DJ, we'll call him doo-doo ukulele. First and 10 for the Tater man. Shotgun, 3 wide receivers, an H-back and a tailback. DJ takes the snap, play action pass, throws a terrible wobbly. Keep that shit up, doo-doo ukulele. See how they put that cold club net in there. I swear. Who's watching the game? That pass looked like a punt. Screen pass, wide receiver screen this time. Picks up a few yards out to the 20. Going to be 3rd and long now. They do an orange versus white here, so the orange team has the ball. Quarterbacks are in purple non-contact jerseys, so ukulele wearing purple with the orange offense right now. White team on defense. No sign of neck roll. I think he finally moved on. Somebody jumped. It's going to be a penalty here. Looks like it's against the offense. Yeah, false start there on Tater's offense. 3rd and 11 now. 4 wide this time. Shotgun with a running back. I don't know. It's not Will Shipley. I don't know what running back that is. It's not Will Shipley. Is Will Shipley hurt? They pick up the blitz. Ukulele throws over the head of an open wide receiver. Not a good throw. 3 and out for the ukulele there. Do you remember when you were 24? Barely. Barely. That was almost 20 years ago for me. Barely remember that. 4th and 11, and the orange team's going to punt it away here for the Taters. How y'all doing? Is it cold where y'all are at? It was 40 degrees here this morning. They said at the start of this Clemson broadcast that it was snowing in some parts of upstate. Now, Clemson can't field a punt now. Look at this. The punter drops the damn ball. Boy, I tell you what, man, Clemson is an absolute disaster. An absolute disaster. Here comes Klubnik. He's going to have 1st and goal. So, punts aren't live, but the punter fumbled, so they're giving the white team the ball on the orange team 11-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 from the 11 in the red zone. Here's Klubnik, shotgun. Back to throw. Lofts it into the end zone, pass interference. Probably would have been a touchdown, so that's a good penalty. Pass interference in the end zone saves a touchdown, but now it is going to be 1st and goal for the white team, and Cole Klubnik in that. Yeah, Cole Klubnik in that. Oh, holding on the play too, I guess. On the offense. I don't know what's going on here. It's Clemson. It was clearly pass interference. I saw the referee throw the flag, but there must have been another penalty on the offense. Back to throw now on 2nd and 17. Caught. Back up around the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 11 from about the 11-yard line. Yeah, Pete's at the game with his wife and kids. 3rd and 10 from the 12. Option. Quarterback keeps for no reason because you can't even tackle the quarterback. So now, well, so far I ain't seen nothing from the Tater offenses, either one of them. Really 2, 3 and out so far for each Tater offense. So I don't know. Looks like another 10-3 season and a trip to the Cheez-It Bowl. All right, appreciate y'all watching, and I'll talk to you again real soon. Relax, I'm just kidding, Tater Man. Calm down, Tater Man. Y'all gonna watch the Masters this afternoon? Tiger Woods is what, 8 or 9 shots back? I mean, he's probably not going to win, but it'll be interesting to watch it, though. He's done, look, considering the guy ain't played a competitive round of golf in a year and a half, and he's only like 8 shots back at the Masters in his first tournament back, that's not bad. That's not bad. Gator Zone, thank you for hitting the super chat, buddy. I appreciate you helping us support the stream and the channel. Good to see you in here. He says, my baby girl was born today. Congratulations, sir. I hope your newborn daughter and mom are okay. I'm sure they are. Of course, that's the most important thing. Healthy baby, healthy mama. That's great news. Congratulations. Now, is that your first child? I can't remember. Are you a dad for the first time now? That's great news, man. Congratulations. Congratulations. Hell, I'll even give you a Go Gators for that. Go Gators. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. What's up, Tennille? Tennille. Yes, that worked. I just see it just now. Thank you, Tennille. Thank you for the PayPal, Tennille. I appreciate that. Here's the PayPal link. Those of you that have PayPal, if you want to support the channel, that's a good way to do it. Thank you, Tennille. What Chase Woods get timed out for? Gator on a stick. Why the hell was... Why... Chase, you shouldn't have been timed out. I don't know why. I don't know why they did that. I don't see anything you typed that should have got you timed out, but I can't undo it. So maybe someone accidentally timed you out. I don't know. Yeah, we were talking about Dwayne Haskins earlier. I didn't know. I hadn't heard until I started the stream and somebody told me. That's terrible news. 1st and 10 now for the Orange team. DJ UNCLELOU hands the ball off. No gains. Going to lose 3 or 4 yards. And I think it was fumbled. They're going to say he was down. Almost a fumble, though. Almost a fumble. DJ just lost his job today. I don't think he's lost his job. The other guy hasn't even completed a pass. So, to say DJ lost his job today after each team has had the ball once and Cole Klubnik hasn't completed a single pass. And I'm not saying DJ won't lose his job, but to say he's already lost it and the other guy hasn't even completed one pass, no. Or yeah, I guess he did complete one pass, but no. No. Ukulele throws over the middle, caught. Nice gain there. Best offensive play of the game for either team so far. Picks up about 15. That's the first down of the game. Or did they not? No, they didn't get the first down. It's 4th and 1. They were 1 yard short. So still no first downs. They're going to have to kick it away on 4th and 1. Last time they tried to punt, it didn't work out too well. 3-0 white team on top. We'll see if the punter can actually catch the punt this time. Orange team set to kick it away on 4th and 1. He'll be kicking from around his own 20-yard line. Catches it and gets the kick away this time. Short kick hits just inside the 40. Goes out of bounds. Well, I guess right around the 40. So the white team and Cole Klubnik will take over their own 40-yard line. They're up 3-0 over to Ukulele and the orange team. Don says, I hope Clemson has an awful season. Not a Clemson fan, huh? I hear you. Have you got you, who is that? Don Doherty? Have you got you one of these new limited edition Clemson hats? I get you one of these limited edition Tater Man hats here. What channel? What? The Clemson game's on the ACC network. Came on at 1 o'clock. Remember when Clemson fans were saying DJ was better than Bryce? I don't know if I remember him saying that, but he's definitely not, though. I don't doubt that they said it, though. Hey, Lou, I know it's not G-Day, but with all the good things we are hearing about Beck, if he doesn't take the starting job from Stetson, do you think he will run a 2QB thing like Florida did? No. And I hope we don't, because Kirby is terrible at that. He tried that with Justin and Jake and didn't work. I think Stetson Bennett's going to be the quarterback unless he gets hurt. Hey, HBP, what's up, buddy? Cole Klubnik back to throw. Scrambles. Complete for no gain. Hell? Sometimes your phone just start talking to you. Shut up. I'm doing Bluetooth, bitch. No, lady, how about you shut the up? I'm doing Bluetooth, bitch. Is that a national championship Coke? Any Coke I drink is a national championship Coke. So, yeah. 3rd down now for Team Klubnik. They lead 3-0 over Team Ukulele. Clemson Spring Game, first quarter, 10 minutes to go. Klubnik in a shotgun this time, 4 wide receivers and a running back. Clemson shows blitz, and here they come. Klubnik back to throw, gets rid of it quick on a wide receiver. Oh! Not enough blocking, and that receiver just got his ass sat down by Thomas, number 3. Jesus. Jesus. Boy, before you run that play again, somebody better figure out how to block that number 3. He'd like to cut that wide receiver in half there. Did a neighbor complain about you doing a live stream? What was that? Yeah, that was years ago. Years ago. And that wasn't actually a live stream. I was recording a video at the time. Here, I'll post a link to the video. It's pretty funny. Give me just a second. I'll post a link and you can go watch it. It's only like a 3-minute video, so you can go watch it. It's pretty funny. Most people have already seen it. Well, hell, I'll just play the video. I'll just play it real quick.
Say what?
If you want to play theme music during your convocation speech like a badass, we're in Shorts Attack. We can do that.
Okay. I think I get it.
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Do you want to play Pokemon Go with a bunch of other 19 and 20-year-old virgins?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Do you want to help design some of the world's worst traffic patterns?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Do you want to become the service manager at your Pep Boys after you graduate?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Have you ever wanted to almost put a space shuttle into orbit?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Are you white but always wanted to hang out with Chinese people?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Have you ever wanted to watch the style of football that your dad played in the mid-'80s?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
No, lady, how about you shut the up? I'm doing LouTube, bitch.
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Do you want to become a civil engineer, but you're too stupid to get into a good school?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
Are you socially awkward, but still want to host all-night anime watch parties?
You're in Shorts Attack. You can do that.
You're at Georgia Tech. You can do that. Yeah, that was hilarious. That was a young, fit Uncle Lou, yeah. That was 6 years ago. I think that was in 2015, 2016, something like that. Did neighbors complain about you a lot? Only a couple of times. My immediate next door neighbor was friends with my father-in-law. And he called my father-in-law one time and told my father-in-law that he thought I was being verbally abusive to his daughter. But I was yelling in the garage about football. The person in that video that's yelling at me, that wasn't even one of my neighbors. That was someone walking their dog. I was in a cul-de-sac, and they were walking their dog, and yelled at me like that. Oh, yeah, she's a big-time Karen. Big time Karen. Second down now for the white team and ukulele. No, that ain't the ukulele. Who is that? That's Klubnik. I'm sorry. Klubnik going deep down the left sideline. Incomplete. Way underthrown. Turned into a jump ball, and neither the receiver or the defender could come down with it. 3rd and 14 now for the white team. They have a 3-0 lead. They kicked a field goal after a botched punt by the orange team. Other than that, they're yet to get a first down, but they still lead 3-0. 3rd and 14 coming up for Klubnik and the white team. Tiger Woods is even playing the 3rd hole right now. He bogeyed the 1st hole and birdied the 2nd hole. So he's even for the day going into the 3rd. Still +1 overall. Clemson is winning 3-0. 4th and 14. The white team's going to have to punt it away again. They've yet to get a first down. In fact, I don't think anybody has gotten a first down yet in this game. We're halfway through the 1st quarter. Each team has had the ball twice. Neither team has gotten a first down. Fair catch called for and made at the 15. So the orange team and the ukulele will take over on their own 15-yard line, trailing 3-0. Offense is AWOL. Yeah, I mean, you do have a really good defense, but you would think the offense would maybe at least be able to get a few first downs. We'll see if they get going here. 3rd possession now for ukulele. 1st and 10, he's in a shotgun. 2 wide receivers to the top of the screen. Blitz coming off the corner. Ukulele looking, throws, caught. Breaks a tackle. Then hit and pushed out of bounds. Going to be close to a first down. And they're going to give it to him. First down. So that's the first down of the game for either team with 6:12 to go in the 1st quarter. Clemson hurries back to the line now. Ukulele in a shotgun again. 3 wide receivers. Ball is snapped. Play action pass. Scrambling, and he's going to be sacked. Not tackled, but you guys know they don't let you tackle him, but he would have been sacked, so they blow it dead. So a loss on the play after the ukulele gets sacked on first down is going to bring up 2nd and long now. The Bama game's not on TV. It's only online, SEC Network Plus. But I'll be, it's next Saturday. I will be streaming next Saturday because the Georgia game is going to be on TV. Georgia game on ESPN2 next Saturday. Oh, thrown, tipped. That was the old tip drill that they used to have you do in practice every day. No one could come down with it, though. Falls incomplete. 3rd and 16 now for the orange team. They trail 3-0. Dabo on hot seat after another losing season. Dabo hasn't had a losing season in, 12 years? I don't know what you mean another losing season. They were 10-3 last year. That's not a losing season. That's better than about 115 other teams. Complete over the middle to a wide open running back. Makes a man miss. Spins out of another tackle and falls forward close to the first down again. Going to be a little short, 4th down, but it looks like they're going to go for it. They're hurrying back to the ball here. I don't know who is that running back, number 26, and where is Will Shipley? He must be hurt. I haven't seen Will Shipley. He must be hurt. 4th and 1, they're going to go for it. Ukulele in a shotgun. Snapped, option, makes the pitch, tries to get to the corner. Needed a yard, gain 2. First down, Orange team keeps the drive alive. Will Shipley's out injured. Okay. Can't wait to see the Ohio State Spring Game on April 16th. Yeah, that's next weekend. Is that one coming on TV? Throws it away on first down. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Nebraska Spring Game is at 2 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. Yes, that's right. He was asking about Ohio State. I'll pull up the TV schedule. Here you go. Where's Ohio State? It doesn't say that the Ohio State game is coming on TV, but maybe it is. But here it is right here. It doesn't say it's at 12 o'clock. It doesn't say it's coming on TV. But maybe it is. Third and 4. I think he caught that. Yeah, he caught that. First down. That was a nice catch. Again, keeps the drive alive. By far the best drive of the game here. The orange team moving down the field into the white team territory now, just inside the 50. 1st and 10. Ukulele in a shotgun, rolls out, looking to throw. Looking, throws deep down the sideline. Way out of bounds. Didn't really have anywhere to go with it. Probably a good decision to throw it out of bounds instead of trying to force something. 2nd and 10 now for the orange team. Let's see, Ohio State Spring Game TV. Here we go. Where is it? Noon on April 16th. Will it be on TV? Probably, but nothing is set. The Big Ten Network has announced that it is broadcasting spring games for Illinois, Michigan, Minnesota, Nebraska, Penn State, Purdue, and Rutgers. The Ohio State game has not been announced as a telecast yet. So we'll have to be on the lookout this week to see if the Big Ten Network changes their mind and puts it on TV. Yeah, Michigan Spring Game was last week. I streamed that last week. Last Saturday. It was on the Big Ten Network. Yeah, I know traditionally Ohio State's on the Big Ten Network, but as of today, it's not scheduled to be on TV at all. So unless something changes in the next 7 days, then it won't be on TV. 4th and 15, the drive stalls just across the 50-yard line, and Ukulele and the orange team are forced to punt it away. And they punt it into the end zone for a touchback. The white team will take over with 3:07 to go in the first quarter. Cole Klubnik and company up 3-0 over to Ukulele and the orange team. Auburn Spring Game on today too. Not on TV though, right? Not on TV, I don't think. Yeah, not on. Auburn game not on TV. The only SEC game that's on TV this year is Georgia. Do I think the Clemson defense will be okay or take a step back? I think Clemson's going to have one of the best defenses in America, period. They have the best defensive line in America, period. There's no argument there. Clemson has the best defensive line in America. They'll have a top 5 defense again. Klubnik completes a pass down along the right sideline on 2nd and 12. Picks up 8 or 9, 10 yards. What is this going to be, 3rd and short now? Offense looks terrible. The offense looks terrible. The white team has a field goal, but that's only because there was a blocked punt inside the 10-yard line. They came out, ran 3 plays, didn't gain a yard, kicked a field goal to go up 3-0. Other than that, the offenses hadn't done anything at all. Yeah, Denny, I had not heard that news until I started the stream and people started talking about it. That is terrible news. Thank you for the super chat, Denny. I appreciate you supporting the channel, buddy. I really do. But yeah, I had not heard that until we started the stream. I guess he got hit by a car. I mean, that's just that's awful news. The guy just signed with the Steelers, young. Well, he had to be less than 25 years old. Clemson runs it up the middle this time on 1st down. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and about 7 coming up for Klubnik and the white team now. Compton, thank you for the super chat, buddy. He says, Dabo Swinney thinks college football is headed for a massive blow-up. I talked about that in the video I did this morning. I did a Clemson video this morning. You don't have to like the rule changes in college football, but if you don't adapt to them, you're going to get left behind. And that goes for Dabo Swinney and anybody else who doesn't get with the program on NIL and the transfer rules. You know, you don't have to like it. That's like when they that's like when they created the early signing period a few years ago. You know, you used to couldn't sign until February. Now they have that early signing period in December, right? That's like a coach going, you know what? I don't like the early signing period, so therefore we're not signing anybody till February. Well, you would suck in a matter of 3 or 4 years. I mean, you would get left behind. You don't have to like the NIL rules. You don't have to like the transfer rules. But if you don't adapt to the NIL and the transfer rules, you're going to get left behind. And that includes Clemson. And Dabo is still running around hollering about transfers and, you know, how if you commit to Clemson, you can't visit any other school or else we're going to take your commitment away. And it's just, I mean, it's not a good look in my opinion. And it's not something the recruits want to hear, in my opinion. And the more time we spend in this new NIL and transfer environment, the less and less these high school recruits are going to put up with somebody like Dabo Swinney trying to tell them what to do. So, when it comes to recruiting and transferring. So, I just, a lot of people don't like NIL and transfer. But if you don't adapt to it, you're going to get left behind. The ACC is hot garbage. It's the 3rd best conference. It's the 3rd best conference. I think NC State will be good this year. Wake Forest will be good. Miami will be good. Clemson will be good. Pitt will be good. The rest of the conference, not so much. But the ACC is better than the Big 12 or the Pac-12. Got a ton of snow in the Tennessee mountains. Yeah, I was up there last month and it snowed. Lou, I need help. There are people in the comment section still trying to say Nebraska is not the best 3-9 team in history. Of course they are. Of course they are. Hey, look, Nebraska was really, really good last year. Hell, they was 3-9. Are you streaming the Florida State spring game at all? When is that? Oh, never mind. I'll look. See. Let's see. It's Florida State today. Florida State, 5 o'clock. Probably not. Probably not going to stream that one. Probably not going to stream that one. White team runs it up the middle on 1st and 10. Not much room. Might have gained a yard. Going to be 2nd and 9, 2nd and 10. I'm streaming now because this was just the time today that it worked out best for me to stream. And then next Saturday I'll be streaming during the Georgia game, the Georgia spring game, which will be on ESPN2 next Saturday. The Nebraska game's about to come on. I'm gonna put that one on the other TV. Nebraska spring game comes on at 2, so I'll put it on this on the other TV over here. We'll keep Clemson on the big TV and put Nebraska on one of the small ones over here. I'm streaming until around 3 or so today. So whatever spring games are on between now and 3 o'clock, that's what spring games I'm streaming today. Casey Thompson is the new QB for Nebraska. Yeah, they brought Casey Thompson in from Texas and some other guy in from Florida State, and Adrian Martinez transferred out. So my guess would be Casey Thompson gets the starting job. That would be my guess. Texas A&M spring game is on at 3. Yeah, on SEC Network Plus. So it's streaming. It's not on TV. You can stream the game. You can't watch it on TV. Yeah, Stetson Bennett will be the starter this year. Unless he gets hurt. I may have to watch the Texas spring game. They may surprise folks this year. Yeah, I think Texas might win the Big 12 this year. That would be my surprise pick. I think Baylor is going to be the favorite. I think Baylor's going to be the favorite to win the Big 12. My surprise pick would be Texas. I'm ready for a Texas Longhorns season preview. It's on the list for sure. So it'll be coming soon. I wonder if Quinn Ewers will challenge for the starting job at Texas. I don't know. We'll see. The Purdue spring game is on over here for everybody interested in Purdue. The score is 42-40. Texas will be lucky to go 7-5. I think you're thinking of West Virginia. Are you going to watch any of the USFL? No. I'm not watching any more football leagues until they've been around for more than 1 year. I'm tired of getting tricked. Why is Texas all of a sudden one of your favorites? I don't have any favorites other than Georgia. I don't even know what that means. I've been clowning Texas for years. Hell, the helmet is still upside down. You think Georgia will try to get that 5-star wide receiver from Alabama? No, we don't. No, we can't take any transfers at all. We're over. We got to get rid of people, not add people. We're over the limit. We got to get rid of folks. We're not adding anybody. We haven't added we're the only team in America. 130-something teams. Georgia's the only team that hasn't added a transfer player, and that's because we don't have room. We're over our limit. We have 91 scholarship players right now. Will Texas beat Kansas? Yes, Texas will beat Kansas this year. Ohio State is over the limit on scholarship players, too. I mean, you have until June 1st to transfer, so... you're gonna after these springs or games are played across the country, you're gonna see a lot of players transfer out. You'll see a lot of additional players will enter the transfer portal after spring practice once they realize they're fourth string. No, 85 is the limit this year. 90 something was the limit last year. It's back to 85. That's why Georgia hasn't signed anybody. They got to get rid of people. They're over the limit. We'll probably lose a quarterback after the spring, either Carson Beck or Vandergrift. Maybe an offensive lineman or two. Fourth and 18 for Cole Klubnik and the white team. They're still up 3-0 over Ukulele and the Ernst team. You want to watch the A&M spring game? I think it's going to be on here in a few minutes. It's not coming on TV. The only SEC spring game coming on TV is Georgia. That's it. SEC Network is showing reruns today. Giving Dabo a microphone isn't helping. It's definitely not helping me. I can't stand to hear that guy talk. I'll take that bet, Joey. I'll take that bet that Texas finishes higher than 6th in the Big 12. Let me know how much you want to bet. SEC Network equals libs. Well, SEC Network is owned by Disney, so you're not supposed to be watching it anyway. You're supposed to be boycotting everything Disney, so I don't know why you would be watching it even if it was on. Coming up on 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. Still nothing but that field goal early in the game after the botched punt. 3-0. The white team up over the Ernst team. DJ Ukulele still in at quarterback for the Ernst team. Had one decent drive where he got across the 50-yard line. Other than that, it's been all 3 and outs, and he's staring at another 3rd and 5 here. So we'll see what he can do. He's in a shotgun. 3 wide receivers. Back to throw, looking deep down the right side. Caught! Pretty good coverage, but a good catch. Who's that? That's that Ngata Jones. That number 10, that Ngata. He had some good catches against Georgia in the opening game last year. I had never heard of him before the Georgia game last year. He's a big old guy with big old hands. Good throw and a good catch. Good. I mean, it was good. It was good coverage, just a better catch. Why would the SEC Network not play the Alabama Spring Game? Because no one's interested in watching Alabama. I don't think they'd rather see Georgia. They'd rather see the national champions. Hey, it is what it is, buddy. No, I think it's ridiculous that ESPN owns all these channels and they're only showing a handful of spring game. I think that's ridiculous. I think they should show as many as they can. Oh, there! I just got done talking about that Nagata, and then he drops a pass thrown right to him while he's wide open. Spring games tell absolutely nothing. Well, if you're football ignorant and don't understand what you're watching, then yes, that's true. But there are things you can tell from a spring game. But you have to understand football. Third and 10, pass complete over the middle, but not enough for a first down. And the Ukulele and company are going to be forced to punt again. Every Ukulele drive so far has ended in a punt. What's Bo Nix up to these days? He's a starting quarterback for Oregon. Well, I assume he's the starter. He transferred to Oregon. All right, Joey, just remind me. DJ looks terrible, says Ben 10. Well, he definitely hasn't looked good. I will agree with you there. Now, Clemson is without 2 of its best offensive players, running back Will Shipley and that true freshman wide receiver who tore his ACL. And Clemson's defense is going to be one of the best in the country again. But I don't think there's anybody watching this spring game. I don't think there's any Clemson fans watching this spring game who are now more confident in the offense than they were before the spring game. It hasn't looked good. Bijan Robinson wins the Heisman. I don't know, because I think Travion Henderson is probably going to have a better season than Bijan Robinson, and I think Ohio State's going to have a better record. So if I was going to pick a running back this year to win the Heisman, it would be Travion Henderson at Ohio State. But I do like Bijan Robinson. He's one of the best running backs in the country, period. Oh, I'm not saying that Clemson's offense is going to look like this during the season. I'm just saying if you were worried about Clemson's offense this year because of last year, before the spring game, nothing has happened so far to make you any less worried. You're still worried. I mean, I don't know how Clemson splits these rosters up. I'm assuming Cole Klubnik is playing against the second string defense, and UNCLELOU's playing against the first string defense. And it's not like Klubnik's not out here lighting it up either. Fourth and 1 now for the white team, led by Cole Klubnik. Let's see what they do. They're going to punt on 4th and 1 with 7.5 minutes. He dropped it again. He dropped it again. Clemson has muffed 2 punts in this game. That's how, if you weren't watching, that's how the white team ended up with 3 points. It's not because they drove down the field and kicked a field goal. The orange team muffed a punt early in the game. The white team took over at the 10-yard line, didn't gain a single yard, and then kicked a 20-yard field goal or whatever it was. And now here we go, same thing, but turned the other way around. Now the white team muffs a punt, and the orange team's going to get it in the red zone. See-through says prayers for Clemson. Look. Let's calm down a little bit. They're going to be 3-0. That we know. Okay? They're going to beat Georgia Tech. They're going to beat Furman. They're going to beat Louisiana Tech. Then they go on the road to play Wake Forest. Now, Wake Forest is going to have a good offense like they did last year, but Clemson beat them by 20 points last year. Now, that was at home, and this time Clemson's got to go on the road. I'd be more worried about the NC State game. I think NC State is a well-rounded team than Wake Forest. I think NC State could be pretty good this year, and Clemson's got to play them on the road. At Florida State could be a little tricky just because it's a road game. Of course, they play at Notre Dame. That's not going to be easy. And then the game against Miami. Those are the key games for Clemson this year, in my opinion. But they're going to be 3-0, so that looks like a touchdown for the Ernst team. That's that Ngata again. Is there a penalty? Oh, sacked. Wow, they're bringing it back. It would have been a sack, they're saying. I don't think you're going to see any Georgia DBs transfer. We're real thin at DB. Almost every DB we have is going to be playing this year. We lost a lot last year, but now we're thin. We need more. If anything, we need more DBs. Third and 20 now for the Ernst. The Nebraska game has started. No score. Casey Thompson in at quarterback, the transfer from Texas. Make it or break it year for Scott Frost at Nebraska. Yeah, DJ's been sick since week 1 of last year. Oh, nice throw there. Complete down around the 5-yard line on an out route. Nice route, nice throw, nice catch. Ukulele rolled out to his right, hit the man right in stride on the run. That's a good play. And a good throw. First and goal now for the Ernst. For the Ernst team. On the 6-yard line. Ukulele rolls out, throws it away. It'll be second and goal now. He threw that one away. Yeah, that was a good pass by Casey Thompson, too. He threw that thing on a rope. He's got a big arm, it looks like. Second and goal now for the Ukulele. They trail 3-0 to Klubnik and the white team. Ukulele's going to hand it off up to Gut this time. Driving towards the goal line. I believe he's in. I think he's in. He's in. Touchdown Orange team. Dive right up the middle from the 6-yard line. Got hit around the 3 or the 4, but drove into the end zone. First touchdown of the game. Orange team's going to take a 6-3 lead now. An extra point will give them 7 if they can make it. Special teams have been a disaster today for Clemson. Let's see. Hit the thumbs up if you hadn't already, by the way. There's about 130 people in here and only 55 thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Help me out. Extra point is good. 7-3 now, Orange team on top in the Clemson Spring Game. Nebraska sucks, but a hot take, they'll win 7 games this year with Casey Thompson. Is that going to be enough to save Scott Frost's job, 7-5? Maybe. I think they need to go 8-4, but we'll see. The whole state of Nebraska is at the spring game. Ain't nothing else to do there. Lincoln, Nebraska. Whee! Whee! I have no idea, Colby. Scott Frost has to use a penis pump. What? That can't be true. Is that true? That's not true. He's a young guy. That can't be true. Stop mistreating Uncle Lou. Yeah, thank you, Elijah. Please stop mistreating Uncle Lou. Stop mistreating Uncle Lou.
Stop mistreating Uncle Lou!
Yeah, the game's on ACC Network, the Clemson game. Nebraska game on the Big Ten Network. Masters coming on CBS, I think at 3 o'clock. Clemson fans piss me off. Scatter covered in chunk. Thank you for hitting the super chat. I appreciate that. He says, Clemson looking at a quarterback with a pronounceable name. Clemson. Ain't got no interest in. What happened to that Pumashine they had last year? What was his name? DJ Pumashine? He was the backup last year. What happened to him? Did he graduate or something? Orange team kicking off now with a 7-3 lead. 6.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Caught at the 5. Oh, he transferred. Okay, South Florida. All right, then. So he got the hell out. He got the hell out of Tatertown. That's what you're telling me. DJ Pumashine got the hell out of Tatertown. All right, 1st and 10. Let's see if they got Klubnik still in the game or if they're going to put somebody else in. White team trails 3-7, 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. White team with the ball in a shotgun. Rolls out, looking to throw, fires, complete. Down across the 40. Nice throw. Good throw there by Klubnik. Klubnik was in a shotgun. They rolled him out to the right. You know what? That looked like the same play that the ukulele hit that got the other team down to the 5-yard line. That deep out route where they roll the quarterback out the same way. It looked like the same play. Handoff this time off left tackle. Gets to the outside. Has some room. Makes a man miss up near midfield. Nice run. Thomas, number 20. Nice run that time. You think Mizzou's receivers will be one of the best in the SEC? No. No, I don't. Well, what does one of the best mean? Top 5 in the SEC? Maybe. Maybe. I'm not very high on Mizzou. Mizzou needs a quarterback. It doesn't really matter who their receivers are unless they get a quarterback. False start on the white team now is going to back them up a little bit here. Oh, you already know, Jonathan. You don't even have to wait till we go 12-0. Every single week, every Sunday. Hey, Monday through Friday, Georgia's losing this week. It's all in the comments section. Georgia's losing. Georgia's losing. Georgia's losing. This is the only team they've played so far that has a blank, whatever it is, passing game. This is the only team they've played that has a defense. This is the first team they've played that has a run game. They're losing. They're losing. They're losing. Monday through Friday. Saturday, Georgia wins. Sunday, oh yeah, Georgia won, but who'd they play though, Lou? Tell me that. You know they played them, right? Look at Lou bragging about it when Georgia won a game, but I'm trying to ask you, who they played? Yeah, they never play anybody. That's the point. That's the point. Who have Georgia played? Woo! Yeah, no more 1980 comments. I banned 1980 comments. Only 2021 comments now. Clubbed it back to throw on 3rd and 10. Complete up near midfield. I'm going to be a little short. Yeah, needed 10, gained 9, up near midfield. Probably going to have to punt it away here with 4.5 minutes. No, they're going to go for it. They're leaving the offense on the field. 4th and 2. Klubnik in a shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the top of the screen. I think they're trying to draw them off sides. False start. They're going to have to punt now. Yeah, Georgia never plays anybody. Kirby Smart's got 16 wins against top 10 teams, and he's only been a coach for 6 years. Meanwhile, Tennessee hasn't beat a top 10 team in 15 years. Not a single one. But Georgia ain't played nobody. Who have they played? Georgia ain't played. Hey, Lou, Georgia ain't played nobody. I know. I hear it all the time. All the time. Punt goes into the end zone there. Paxton says, I want Texas to beat Bama so bad. Probably not going to happen, though. Yeah, probably not. Probably not going to happen. It is at Texas, though, but still, hard to see Texas winning that game. In 2016, when Tennessee fumbled 6 times to Texas A&M, they did beat a top 10 team themselves. No. That's fake news. Tennessee did not beat a top 10 team in 2016. Tennessee lost that game. So, I don't even know what you're talking about. Tennessee lost that game. How can you beat a top 10 team in a game that you lose? Balls are not staying at the bottom no more. Get used to it. Yeah, they won't be at the bottom. They'll be 3rd. And they might even be 2nd this year. They might even be 2nd in the East this year. Clemson hands it off. Nice hole. Right up the gut. Picks up about 10 yards. Problem is it was 3rd and 12. Does Tennessee have a defense this year? No, they don't. No. No. No, 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 no. Tennessee was 90th last year in points per game. So, even if they improve 40 spots, that would be 50th. So, no, they don't have a defense this year. We don't need a defense. Our offense is top notch. Are you sure? Because last year you had a top 10 offense. And you went, what'd you go, 7-6? So are you sure you don't need a defense? Your offense is nowhere near what Oklahoma's offense has been under Lincoln Riley for the last 5 years. And how's that worked out for them? They can't win a playoff game. So, yes, you need a defense. And you don't have one right now. First and 10 for the white team. They're down 7-3, just under 2 minutes to go. Another penalty. Getting sloppy here in Tatertown. A false start this time. First and 15 now for the Taters. Back to throw. Klubnik looks. Good protection. Fires deep over the middle. Not a good throw. Wobbly throw. High and behind the receiver. Falls incomplete. Second and 15 now. I think the defense at Tennessee will be improved this year, but that team last year was statistically better than any team Pruitt put on the field in his tenure. Offensively, yes. Not defensively, no. But offensively, yes. I mean, Georgia and Tennessee scored the same amount of points per game last year. Georgia had a top 10 offense, too. They both scored, what, was it 34? Was it 34 or 38? I think it was 38. They both scored 38 points per game. The difference is Georgia gave up 9 points a game and had the number one scoring defense in America. Tennessee gave up 20-something points per game and had the 90th scoring defense in America. Well, now there's a nice throw up near midfield. Nice touch on that ball. Found a hole in the zone. Looked like a wheel route. Big first down there for the white team. And they're driving now, coming up on a minute to go until halftime. They trail 7-3. That was a good throw. Under a minute to go. First and 10 around midfield. Klubnik back to throw. Looking. Got sacked. Sacked. Clock continues to run. And now they call a timeout. I would tell you the score of the Nebraska Spring Game, but they're doing that dumb shit where you get 2 points for a sack, 2 points for an interception, 2 points for an play over 15 yards. So the score is 11-7. Now now the score is 12-7. Now it's 13-7. Now it's 14-7. But I can't tell you what any of that means. No SEC games are coming on TV except the Georgia game. So the only SEC game I'm streaming is the Georgia game next weekend. None of the other SEC spring games are going to be on TV. You You want to see more of the Florida man, huh? He's a Florida man, Lou! How long is halftime? I don't have any idea. I don't know. 15 minutes, maybe? The quarterbacks are DJ Ukulele for the orange team and Cole Klubnik for the white team. And the orange team is up 7-3. 2nd and 19. Klubnik back to throw. Incomplete. Wouldn't have been much of a gain anyway. 3rd and 19 now. 36 seconds to go till halftime. Klubnik and the white team with the ball, trailing 7-3. I think Georgia goes undefeated. What, in the regular season? They'll be a double-digit favorite in every game they play. Hard to go undefeated, though. So, I mean, I'll say 11-1. But they could go undefeated. They're going to be a significant favorite in every game they play. They're be about a 2-touchdown favorite against Oregon. South Carolina on the road, about the same. About a 2-touchdown favorite. Tennessee at home, about the same. Kentucky on the road, 10 to 13 point favorite. Auburn at home, 17-point favorite. Florida and Jacksonville, 14-point favorite. Georgia Tech, 40-point favorite. But, I mean, it's hard to go undefeated. I mean, Alabama's been a favorite in every regular season game they've played since 2009, but they haven't won every regular season game they've played since 2009. It's hard to go 12-0. Kentucky got beat by Tennessee. How are they going to finish second? I don't know why you think Kentucky beating Tennessee last year. I mean, football just doesn't work that way. It was a 3-point game. Could have back and forth. It could have gone either way, but I don't see how you can take that. I don't see how you can take the Tennessee-Kentucky game from last year to prove that Tennessee is going to finish ahead of Kentucky this year. That doesn't seem to make much sense. I mean, didn't they finish ahead of you last year and you beat them? So even if you beat them again, let me ask you this: who'd you lose to last year that you shouldn't have lost to? Here we go. This would be a fun game to play since it seems like that's the game you want to play. Here, let's keep that game going. Let's see. Tennessee lost to Florida last year. So there's no way Tennessee finishes ahead of Florida this year. Uh-oh, you lost to Pitt last year at home. Therefore, no way you go on the road and beat Pitt in some other year. Merca. People are saying Kentucky and South Carolina are ahead of Tennessee. Well, let's see. Why would they be saying that? Why would they be saying that? Let me just ask you. Now, if you're saying There's no way South Carolina finishes ahead of us because we finished ahead of them last year. Okay, well, then can't Kentucky say that to you? If that's really how you think it works. Look, I think Tennessee's going to be good and could finish second in the East. But it's not because they beat Kentucky last year. That's got nothing to do with it. You beat Kentucky 45-42 in a game that either team could have won or lost. And that's got nothing to do with it. I think you can beat Pitt this year, even though you lost to them last year. So, it doesn't matter. Last year has very little to do with this year. It's about the players on the roster this year, the coaches this year, not last year. DJ UNCLELOU. 3rd and 18 with 11 seconds to go. Hail Mary time if he can throw it. I don't know. Hell, he can't throw it in the end zone from here. This would be a give-up play. Yeah. God almighty. I don't know what Ukulele was doing there. There wasn't nobody within 20 yards of that ball. 4th and 18 now. 5 seconds to go until halftime. No, Georgia Tech does not have a shot against Clemson. No. I wouldn't be surprised Clemson wins that game by 40. Yeah, I agree. This beat Jeff Collins last year. They should have fired him after last season. Honestly. They should have fired him after last season. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Last play of the first half coming up, 4th and 18 for the orange team. That's DJ Ukulele's team. They lead the white team, which is Cole Klubnik's team, 7-3. And it looks like the last play of the half is going to be a punt here by the orange team on 4th and 18. The punt is away. Fair catch called and made at about the 13, and that's going to do it for the first half of the Tater Spring Game. Hit by a dump truck. Yeah, we talked about that earlier, hey. We talked about that earlier. The Nebraska spring game is terrible. Don't waste your time. Damn. I've got it on. Over here. Got the Clemson game on here. Nebraska over here, but you say it's no good, huh? How did he get run over by a dump truck? Do we know the story? Somebody said it happened on a highway. I'm just curious why he would have been walking down a highway. You want to know all the upsets of the season? Florida fans are going to be upset. Tennessee fans are going to be upset. Kentucky fans are going to be upset. Auburn fans are going to be upset. Mizzou fans are going to be upset. Oregon, Georgia Tech fans are going to be upset. There's your upset list. Anybody that's playing Georgia, their fans are going to be upset. There's your upset list. I might make a video called Biggest Upsets of the Year. And then just name all the fan bases that Georgia's playing. I might do that as a troll video. How many Georgia QBs are going to be transferring here soon? No more than one. We might lose one after the spring. No, Adrian Martinez transferred to like FAU. Where did Adrian Martinez transfer to? Or UNLV? Forget about him. He's basically gone. He's gone. They got Casey Thompson now, transferred from Texas. Nebraska does. Georgia football will finish in the top 10 this year. Yeah, that's a fact. I'd bet my life savings on that. They will definitely finish in the top 10. Georgia beating Tennessee is not an upset. The fans will be upset. The Tennessee fans are going to be upset. Who sucks more as a coach, Nebraska or Georgia Tech's coach? Georgia Tech's coach. At least Nebraska's coach has a fake national title with a group of 5 team. Thank you, Jackpot. That's one of my best qualities. I love you, Jackpot. Why didn't you come to the Slob Olympics, man? Look, please try to come next year. It's in Charleston. I really want you to come. Hey, thanks, Sooner. I appreciate it. Oh, Kansas State. Adrian Martinez transferred to Kansas State is what they're saying in the comments. I knew it was someplace that didn't matter. Who do you think was better, Jordan Davis or Trayvon Walker? Well, they play 2 different positions. If I had to draft one of the 2, I would draft Trayvon Walker. He can play every down. Jordan Davis is an elite run stopper, but he's useless on third down or passing downs. Georgia fans get mad when I say that, but it's just, look, not in the NFL. You can make millions of dollars and play for 15 years in the NFL doing nothing but playing on first and second down and being a run stopper. There's nothing wrong with it. It's great. He's not. He had like 1 sack last year. I think so too, Nick. People get mad when I say it, but I think Jalen Carter has a higher ceiling than Jordan Davis. Part of people's infatuation with Jordan Davis is that he's the size of the Empire State Building and runs like Usain Bolt. And I get it. That's amazing, but it doesn't make him the greatest football player of all time. He is really good, especially against the run. And if I was an NFL team and I needed a run stopper, he would be the first player I drafted, period. And I don't think there's a better run stopper last year in all of college football than Jordan Davis. But he can't rush the QB. He's like look, the NFL is full of running backs that only play on third down, right? Sony Michel. What do you think James Cook is going to do in the NFL? He's going to play on third downs. James Cook isn't running the ball 25 times a game between the tackles in the NFL. He won't last 2 years. He's a third down back. There's nothing wrong with that. Jordan Davis is the offensive version of that. He's a first and second down player, a goal line player, a short yardage player, a run stopper. He's not a pass rusher. That's not an insult against him. Can you show the game? No, I can't show the game. There's nothing to see anyway. It's halftime. But no, I'm not showing the game. I'm a Jags fan, and I obviously want Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson. Hutchinson got bullied by Georgia's offensive line this year and Alabama's offensive line in 2019. I am clearly biased, but I would take Trayvon Walker over Aiden Hutchinson too. But I'm biased, and I won't be surprised. Aiden Hutchinson is really, really good, so I wouldn't be surprised if somebody took Aiden Hutchinson. But who's the UGA player that got arrested yesterday? Warren Brinson, a backup defensive lineman. Apparently, there's some challenge going around on TikTok with Orbeez, those little jelly bean ball things, where you shoot them at people. And I guess somebody he shot with one of those jelly beans didn't like it too much and reported him to the FBI or something. I guess I don't know. I mean, it was dumb for him to do it, but does that make him a bad guy? No. It'll be some kind of misdemeanor, something, and I mean he won't. It'll be no punishment at all. How do you think the Oklahoma versus Nebraska game will go next year? I think it'll be a good game. I think Oklahoma fans are in for a rude awakening. I didn't respond last time about it.
I mean, you gotta eat, right?
You weigh $105 talking about why you eat so much.
It's cold outside.
Why do you want to veto Texas from joining the SEC? That's one more guaranteed win every year for whoever plays Texas. OU will destroy Nebraska. If OU barely beat Nebraska last year, I'm not sure how you think they're going to destroy them this year. Way too early playoff prediction? In no particular order: Ohio State, Bama, Georgia. The fourth one's hard. I don't know who the fourth one would be.
I called him and she was like, yeah, it's gonna be about 30 minutes. I'm like, wow. And I got there and they were already ready, so worked out.
Way too early Heisman prediction. C.J. Stroud. Pac-12 team? No. I don't think there's a team in the Pac-12 that can lose less than 2 games. I think whoever wins the Pac-12 will be 11-2 or 10-3 maybe even. Might have 2 Big Ten teams. 2 Big Ten, 2 SEC, or someone out of the ACC. Clemson could be there again. Clemson. Who knows? Way too early ACC champs prediction. Either Clemson or Miami. C.J. Stroud over Bryce or Will Anderson, you're delusional. The only thing harder than winning back-to-back national titles, sir, is winning back-to-back Heismans. That's why it's only ever been done once, and that was 50-something years ago. And I just don't think they'll vote a defense. I think Will Anderson might be the best college football player in America. I don't think they're going to vote on a defensive player, so I'm going to go with C.J. Stroud. But I'm not as delusional as you were thinking Alabama was going to beat Georgia in the national title game last year, though. That was delusional. Then you go out there and get blown out 33-18. Yeah, I don't get it either, Muffin. I wish they would put a lot more of them on TV. Not a single SEC spring game is coming on TV except Georgia. That's it. Every other SEC spring game is just streaming. None of them are on TV except Georgia. It makes no sense at all. If Tennessee goes 10-2, could you see Hooker being a Heisman candidate? No. And I'd be shocked if Tennessee went 10-2. Tennessee hasn't won 10 games in 15 years. For Tennessee to go 10-2, that means they lose to Georgia and Alabama and beat everyone else they play. And I just don't think Tennessee is good enough over an entire season to beat everyone else they play. No, not televised. Most anticipated non-con game, Ohio State and Notre Dame. Ohio State and Notre Dame, week 1 at Ohio State. Peyton Manning didn't win the Heisman. I don't know what makes you think Hendon Hooker is. Who's anticipating that? It'll be the most watched game of week 1, so the majority of college football fans are anticipating that. You're not a college football fan, you're an Alabama fan. So, you're going to watch Alabama play the school of the blind in week 1 while other legitimate teams are playing legitimate competition. You're talking about the Ohio State Notre Dame game not being good and Alabama's playing like Southeastern middle school in week 1. No, Tennessee's not going to be terrible. This will probably be the best year Tennessee's had in a long time. This coming up year will be the best year Tennessee's had since Butch Jones won 9 games 2 years in a row. No, I won't watch 1 second of that Alabama game week 1. They're playing, who are they? They're playing like Utah State or some nobody. I'm not going to watch that. Even when Georgia plays those teams, I only watch the first half. I'm not watching any of that shit. Nobody will be watching it. Probably be on the SEC Network. Hell, it'll probably be on SEC Network alternate channel. No one's interested in Alabama, bro. That's why their spring game's not on TV. And Georgia's is. Nobody's going to watch Alabama week 1. Pitt lost nobody off their team. That's not true. That's not true. They lost their tight end, which is one of their leading receivers. They did lose people. They get a lot back. I mean, how many times do I have to... I don't understand. People just make random, pointless, dumbass fucking comments. Ain't nobody said a goddamn word about Pitt. And if somebody goes, Pitt, Lou, you just don't get it. Pitt gets everybody back. What? I haven't said 2 fucking words about Pitt. And anything I have said about Pitt over the last 2 months is that Pitt's going to be really good because they're getting Keaton Slovis. It's not like they're starting over at QB. They got a guy with 3 years starting experience in the Power 5. I understand why you come in here and just automatically, Pitt, you just don't know. Lou, you just don't know. How the fuck do you know I don't know? I forgot more about football in the last 5 minutes than you've learned in your lifetime, and you're twice my age. Lou, you just don't know. You don't know. And get me riled up.
Every time.
I'm trying to enjoy my Saturday. Over under Clemson 10 games. Over. They're playing 12 regular season games. They play 12 regular season games every year, except for COVID. Is that a serious question? Over or under 10 games? They're playing 12 games, same as everyone else. I swear.
So much for not mistreating Lou, huh?
So much for what?
Not mistreating Lou.
Yeah, they're mistreating me. If the over-under is 10, I'll go over on wins. How many games for Clemson? I don't know. Let's see. How many games? Let me Google it. If you count the spring game, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If you don't count the spring game, they play 12 games. So Auburn 10-2. Shit. Here's my PayPal. Here. 10-0. Here's my PayPal. I'll take that bet right now that Auburn doesn't win. It's more likely they win 5 games than it is they win 10. They're going to be an absolute failure. They might be the worst team in the SEC not named Vandy. I'm dead serious.
Wow, that's pretty serious.
Which makes sense if you think about it. Because Auburn and Vandy, they're tied all time. Auburn doesn't even have a winning record against Vandy. You know how hard that is? A go-to meal on game day? Tommy fries. Tommy fries. Hey, yep, I don't even have to think about that one. Name the wins if they're going 10-2. Wouldn't it be easier to name the losses? Then you only have to name 2. You know what it is? I can never be a teacher. Because if something seems obvious to me, then I can't understand how anyone else could possibly see it any other way. I could never be a teacher. Let's see, they're going 10-2? Name the 10 wins. Wouldn't you just name the 2 losses? It'd be way easier. What team has the best chance of upsetting Georgia this year? Week 2 on the road at South Carolina. Week, whatever it is, 8 or 9 on the road at Kentucky. That's it. Yeah, Auburn's amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. That's why they're like 3-16 against Georgia in the last 19 games. You ever get shit on your shoe and you wipe some of it off on the curb? Doesn't all come off, but some of it comes off. That's Auburn.
Wow.
They're what got left on the bottom of your shoe. You can't wipe them. You can't wipe it all off.
That's a great analogy.
Best young upcoming coach in the SEC, Sam Pittman so far. Sam Pittman's so far. Well, I don't know. Are you talking about young in age or hasn't been a head coach very long? If you're talking about age, then the best young coach in the SEC is Kirby Smart, and no one else is even close. Guy's 45 years old. I thought you were talking about people who haven't been a coach for long. But yeah, that's a silly question to ask who the best young coach in the SEC is. It's Kirby Smart, and no one else is even in the same stratosphere. Out of the new hires, who do you think will be fired first? Well, who are you counting as the new hires? Who's new this year? Just Billy Napier, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, or Brian Kelly. So between those two, between Billy Napier and Brian Kelly, Billy Napier. They're turning the Clemson game off. They're not even showing this shit anymore. They said they got a lot of phone calls, people complaining because there was no offense, so they're cutting the Clemson game off and putting North Carolina game on now. That's a damn shame.
Wow.
You want me to list every first-year coach in the entire Power 5 and then tell you which one's going to be fired first? That's an Edward question.
That is an Edward question.
I mean, I tell you what, Matthew, because let me make this simple for you. You type out a list of coaches, I'll tell you who I think gets fired first out of that list. I'm not going through in my head and thinking out whatever 15 coaches it is you're talking about. I mean, you're talking about everybody from Notre Dame to Oklahoma to Southern Cal to Miami to Florida. So you just type the coaches out, and I'll tell you who's getting fired first. What one former head coach from any school do you hope comes and gets Auburn's head coaching job just for a laugh? Well, the all-time dream answer to that question would be Butch Jones, obviously. Butch Jones, obviously. Other than that, Dan Mullen would be a winner. That would probably be my list there. What's your thoughts on Bennett coming back? Do you think he will finish the year as the starter? Unless he gets hurt? Yes, I do. Unless he gets hurt, I think he will finish the year as the starter. Don't worry, Lou will be typing 2022 for the next 40 years. I hope so, because that means Georgia repeats again as national titles. Because right now, Georgia's the 2021 national champions. So, which I'm not surprised that you don't have a fucking clue how that shit works. You're trying to make a joke that Georgia... You type in 2022, you don't even understand that means you're saying Georgia's winning the national title again this year. That's the level of ignorance and stupidity that I have to deal with just to allow him in my comment section. The guy doesn't even know what year Georgia won the national title. They just won the damn thing. It's not like we're trying to figure out who won the national title 25 years ago and you can't figure it out. This guy doesn't understand that Georgia just won the 2021 national championship. He's typing 2022 to try to troll me. Georgia's not going to win for another 40 years, 2022. No one has won the 2022 championship, you fucking idiot. I'm surprised you can fog a mirror. I bet somebody has to follow him around and remind him to blink. That's how dumb he is.
Maybe it was a typing error.
Huh? No. Oh, damn typing error. Oh, hey, Mom. What a fucking moron. The Natty was played in 2022. Try again, dumbass. Okay, I'll try one more time. What year did people used to type in the comment section all the time to troll me?
1980.
Why?
Because that's the last time Georgia won the national championship.
1980, right? We were 1980 national champions?
Right.
Well, when was that game played? In 1981. That game was played January 1st, 1981. Is Georgia the 1981 champs?
No.
No. They're the 1980 champs. And now they're the 2021 champs. You're dumber than a fucking junk drawer, dude. You're dumber than a dead battery, bro. I'm serious. What channel is the game on? What game you looking for? If you're looking for the Clemson game, it's not on any channel at all. They took it off the air, and they got the North Carolina game on now. The Nebraska game is on the Big Ten Network. North Carolina's on the ACC Network. If you think that guy actually went to Auburn, then you might be as dumb as he is. Ain't no way he went to Auburn. I doubt he went to middle school. Yeah, we got the North Carolina game on now, too. Dang, he didn't finish the 4th grade? Wow. I believe that, though. I believe you.
No. Thank you, though.
Emory Jones might be the worst QB to ever play at Florida. Maybe. No. They had another guy under Muschamp, I think, or McElwain that was way worse. Florida fans in here, what was that quarterback for Florida's name? Trayon Harris, thank you. Trayon Harris. Now, Emory Jones was bad. Trayon Harris was worse, though. Trayon Harris was worse. Driscoll actually wasn't that bad, I didn't think. I don't think Driscoll was nearly as bad as Trayon Harris or Emory Jones. Now, you can't say Felipe Franks is the worst when he's on an NFL roster. How much longer are you planning on streaming? I don't know. Until one of you pisses me off so bad I have to hit end stream, I guess. I don't know. I don't really have a plan. Thank you, X-Wing. I wonder if Georgia fans hate Georgia Tech or Florida more. It depends who you ask. Most Georgia fans in the Atlanta area are going to say Georgia Tech. Most fans in South Georgia in particular are going to say Florida. So it's pretty close. It's split. I think the wide receivers will play good. It's hard for the outside linebackers to play good in the spring game because you're not allowed to hit the quarterback. Why does Chess Hall abruptly end streams? I would have no way of knowing since I don't watch them. Can't hit the QB? That's not fair. I don't know of any spring games where they let you hit the QB. I don't know of any spring games where they let you hit the quarterback anymore. Who wants a Jai Hall? Somebody will want him. He'll land somewhere. I keep hearing Texas is wanting to back out of going to the SEC. Well, that's because you keep clicking on Gold and Blue Man videos. Because he's the only one saying that. He thanks you for the click, too.
Yes, he does.
The clickbait champion of the world. I don't know yet about tomorrow. We'll see. I got up at 5:30 this morning. Because I went to sleep at 10:30.
Wow.
That's why I did that video so early today. I was bored. Florida's beat down by OU in the Cotton Bowl last year will have adverse effect on this year's team. Well, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 seasons ago. I don't think a bowl loss in the 2020 season is going to affect the 2022 season. No. That's silly. Honestly, that you would even ask that. Yeah, HBP, I'm not going to lie. I woke up at one point, and I thought it was this morning. And you know what time it was? 12:15. It was just after midnight. And I woke up, and I felt like I had slept all night.
Wow.
Yeah, now I made myself go back to sleep. I didn't even get out of bed. I rolled over, clicked my phone. Thought it said 12:15, but I didn't have my glasses on. I was like, there's no way that says 12:15. So I put my glasses on. 12:15. I said, huh? Gave him one of these. Rolled over, went right back to sleep. Then I woke up at 5:30 and I just said, well, fuck it. I got up. Yeah, now Steven, I have mornings like that too. How's the Big Ten East better than the SEC West? Well, it's just a fact that it was last year. I mean, that's not even debatable. Michigan and Ohio State were better than any 2 teams in the West. Michigan State was a top 15 team. Penn State was good. The Big Ten East was just the best division last year. Normally it's the SEC West, but last year it was the Big Ten East. Mainly because Auburn was terrible. Texas A&M lost 4 games. I mean, outside of Alabama and Ole Miss was the second best team in the West. Let that sink in. Yeah, I'm about halfway through season 5 of Better Call Saul. You ain't missed much, NFT. We watching some spring games on TV. Clemson game just went off. They got the North Carolina game coming on. The Nebraska game's on over here. Masters comes on in a little while. Actually, Masters might be on now. The Masters should be on now. Let's put that on. See how Tigers doing. Put the Masters on, see how Tiger's doing. Last I saw, Tiger Woods was even for the day through the second hole. We'll see where he's at now. The leaders just teed off. So you got Scheffler at 8 under.
Oh wow, really?
But he's only on the second hole, so he just started. So he parred the first hole then because he was 8 under to start today. Tiger was +1 to start today, so Tiger was 9 shots back to start. This is Tiger right here for he's putting. I don't know what is this for par. He made it. Tigers? No, that's not Tiger. I'm sorry. That's not Tiger. I don't know where Tiger's at. I'll let you know.
Where's my boy at? Do you know?
Who? Him?
M.
I ain't seen him in a hot minute.
Oh man, let me down.
I tried to watch The Witcher, couldn't really get into it. A little too weird for me.
Yeah.
A little too weird. Does Georgia Spring Games start today? No, Georgia Spring Game next Saturday. I'll be live streaming for that next Saturday. Is anybody else going to miss the SEC on CBS? Yes, yes, yes. Almost everybody on my Facebook page is going to miss it real bad because they can't watch ESPN anymore. And that's who's getting all the SEC games after 2025. ESPN is getting all of the SEC games after 2025. And 90%. Well, anyway, people aren't doing Disney anymore. So they can't watch Disney. They can't go to Disney. They can't watch ABC. They can't watch ESPN. They can't watch the SEC network. They can't watch Marvel movies. They can't watch Star Wars movies. So those people are really going to miss the SEC on CBS because they can't watch SEC football anymore starting in 2025 because they're all pretending to boycott Disney. Yeah, we've talked a lot about the Dwayne Haskins thing. That's terrible. Yeah, he doesn't. He blocked me. All I did was ask him, made a comment. This has been years ago. I just asked him a question and he blocked me, and then he went on a rant that he doesn't want other YouTubers watching his channel. So I did what he asked and stopped watching. I know you're not asking me for a score prediction 6 months away from when a game is played. You got to be out of your mind. And it's not even a week 1 game; it's a week 2 game. That's silly. Disney is a bunch of pedophiles. Oh no. Disney is the first company ever to be a pedophile. Yeah, I like the theme song too. They're not really going to boycott Elijah. They're just pretending to. It's fake internet outrage. It's virtue signaling. They don't even know what they're mad at. Scheffler leading the Masters at 8 under. Lowry in second place at 4 under. Dustin Johnson 3 under. Schwartzel 3 under. Matsuyama 2 under. Now he's Japanese, Chinese, I believe.
Yeah,
Hideki
he won
Matsuyama.
last year, I think.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah. I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, they won't boycott that, Steven. They won't boycott that. They don't want to boycott. They won't boycott this either. Here you go. This was yesterday. You won't hear him say a word about this. This was yesterday. Former Trump staffer sentenced to more than a decade in prison because he, quote, enjoyed seeing children getting raped. I don't know, does he work for Disney? Does he work for Disney? I don't know. Or, how about this guy? How about this guy here? Anybody in here live in Tennessee? Anybody want to tell me about this? Tennessee Congressman John Rose. When he was 40 years old, he met this girl. She was 16. You know what he did? He groomed her. Took her under his wing in a 4-H deal. Gave her a scholarship, the whole 9 yards. Really helped her out. Soon as she turned 18, they got engaged and married. Sick. It's sick. Hide your 16-year-olds from Tennessee congressmen. And also don't watch Disney Channel. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Marinate on that. And yes, Clinton was friends with him too. That's the point. This idea that pedophilia is a democratic problem. No, it's a sick people problem. And there's plenty of sick Democrats. There's plenty of sick Republicans. There's plenty of sick independents. There's sick people in the Green Party. But this idea that, Democrats are the party of pedophilia is insane. It's got nothing to do with what side of the aisle you're on. Sick people are sick regardless. And besides that, when these pictures were taken, Trump was a Democrat anyway. Trump was a Democrat until he decided to run for president. Trump was pro-abortion until he was no longer able to have children. Then he became anti-abortion. You know what I mean? But there's pedophiles everywhere. Trump, Bill Clinton, Epstein, that Tennessee congressman, they're everywhere. Mickey Mouse, I guess. Shit. I just don't understand why. Well, I do understand why Trumpers run around yelling about pedophilia all the time. It's a QAnon. They're brainwashed by QAnon. So I know why. I know why they do it. It's just a silly argument. There's pedophiles on either side of the aisle. It's got nothing to do with your political stance. Mary was 12, Joseph was 26 when Jesus was born. Is Joseph a pedophile? Once your daughter hits puberty, you can sell her to your neighbor as a wife. Well, that's what people used to do. It's all throughout. The Bible is filled with pedophiles. So, yeah. Can't watch Disney anymore. Oh, yeah, Muslims too. The Muslim religion and the Christian religion are both filled with pedophilia, going back thousands of years. Which spring game's on? North Carolina? It's a commercial right now. I'll have to tell you when they come back. Jim says there's plenty of sick Auburn fans. I would agree with you there. I would agree with you there. They don't even know what their mascot is. A tiger, a war eagle. They're the Plainsmen, the War Tigers, the Barners.
Wow, really?
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
That's just silly.
Well, there's a lot of silly shit that goes on, you know. A Masters tournament challenge next year? I'm not against doing that. I wouldn't even know how that works, though. I don't know. We do a lot of we do Bowl Mania every year, and we do we just did the March Madness brackets and all that. I'm sure there's golf ones too. I've just never done it before, but yeah, hopefully you'll be around this time next year. Remind me a couple of weeks before the Masters next year, and we'll do some kind of Masters bracket or Masters tournament or something. What game? What game you looking for? They took the Clemson game off the TV and put on the North Carolina game. The Clemson game is no longer on TV. The ACC network took it off the air and put on the North Carolina game. Lou should put a few helmets on the table already. Cough, cough, Florida State. You think they're going to be terrible again this year? Let's do a Masters bracket next year. That would be a ton of fun. Yeah, we could do that. Y'all help remind me, though. Because, you know, the Masters starts right when the NCAA tournament is finishing. So we do the tournament challenge. So y'all are going to have to remind me to also do a Masters one. And we'll do that next year. That will be fun. No, I was watching the Clemson game until they took it off TV. You can't watch it now. So I'm watching the North Carolina game now. And the Masters. Florida State winning 6 games and beating North Carolina. You think they're only winning 6 games? Let's see. Let's see. Well, they'll beat Duquesne or Duquesne, whatever it is. They'll be 1-0. They'll probably lose to LSU and be 1-1. They should beat Louisville and be 2-1. They should beat Boston College and be 3-1. They'll probably lose their next 3. Wake Forest, NC State, and Clemson. They'll beat Georgia Tech. The Miami game's a toss-up. They beat Miami last year. They should beat Syracuse. They should beat Louisiana. And the Florida game is a toss-up. I'm going to say they win more than 6 games. I would go over 6 wins for Florida State. It's cold in Augusta as usual. Well, it's not usually cold in Augusta. Is it?
No.
It's not. I mean,
Not
I've
like
lived here my
Van
whole
Vision
life.
Cold.
It's not. This isn't a very cold place. I've lived here forever. In your eyes, Lou, who will get to 10-2 first? Texas, Miami, or USC? Well, I think any of those teams could go 10-2 this year. All three of them won't, but I think they all have. I think they all could go 10-2 this year. Any one of them could do it this year. Have you ever been to Valdosta? I've never spent any time in Valdosta, but I've driven through there a bunch of times. It's 90 in Southern Cal. Yeah, it's 85 degrees in San Diego 350 days of the year with no humidity. Perfect weather. Valdosta is a pass-through town? Well, unless you're going to watch high school football, some of the best high school football ever played was played in Valdosta, Georgia. Title town. I should be going to the Valley area in the next month or so. You talking about Midland Valley over in South Carolina? It's about 20 minutes from me. Sort Beaver says, "Hotty toddy, Ole Miss is no longer a dirty program." That's true. That's true. You got rid of that snake oil salesman, that charlatan, Hugh Freeze. That was a good move. You think Florida will be trash this year? It depends on what your definition of trash is. I could see them winning 8 games. I mean, I think they're going to lose to Georgia. They're probably going to lose to LSU. They're going to lose to... Don't they play Texas A&M?
I don't know, do they?
You want to look at the Florida schedule? All right, let's see. They could lose to Utah. They could lose to Kentucky. They could lose to Tennessee. They could lose to LSU. They're going to lose to Georgia. They're going to lose to Texas A&M. They could lose to Florida State. Somewhere between 5 and 8 wins there. Hey, nobody's interested in all this spam, buddy. We can't read everybody else's legitimate comments if you keep spamming. Please don't spam the chat. Yeah, we talked a lot about Dwayne Haskins. That's terrible. They said he got run over by a dump truck. Yeah, I don't know.
That's a hell of a way to go.
I know.
But it seems like you would see like a dump truck coming. I don't. Wow.
Where do these bots even come from? Russia and China. Mostly Russia and China. Yeah, Dwayne Haskins apparently got hit by a car this morning somewhere in Florida. And killed him. I don't know a lot of the details about it. Oh, he ran out of gas and was walking. Okay. Because that's the question I had. Because I heard it happened on a highway. And I'm like, well, why would he be walking on a highway? But now somebody says they heard he ran out of gas. And I guess maybe was walking to a gas station and got hit. Regardless of what happened, it's sad and terrible. Oh, we already got Jordan Davis's replacements, Jalen Carter. Do I think Ole Miss can go 10-2 again? Probably not. Probably not. I think Ole Miss is going to be a good team, but I don't think they're going to go 10-2 again. Hold on, and I'll put the schedule up. Well, they're going to win their first 4. Troy, Central Arkansas, Georgia Tech, and Tulsa. They'll be 4-0. They could lose to Kentucky. They'll beat Vandy. So, 1, 2, 3. They're going to be 5-1. I think they'll beat Auburn. That's 6-1. And that's only if they lose to Kentucky. They could beat Kentucky. But at the most, that would be 1 loss. LSU, Texas A&M, they could lose those. That would be 3. Alabama would be 4. Arkansas would be 5. I think they'll beat Mississippi State. I think the worst they could go is 7-5. And that's if they lose to Arkansas, Alabama, Texas A&M, LSU, and Kentucky. They're probably not going to lose to all those teams, though. But can they beat 3 of them? They might go 9-3. They might go 9-8, 8 or 9 wins. I don't know if they can get to 10 wins with that schedule. They're going to be hot in the beginning, though. The beginning of that schedule is cake. Miami will be undefeated going into the Clemson game? Hold on a second. Now, I think that's fake news. I think that's fake news, isn't it? Yeah, they're not. They're slim. Come on. They're not winning at Texas A&M in week 3. So they'll be 2-0, then 2-1, then 3-1. North Carolina's a toss-up. They'll beat Virginia. They'll beat Duke. They'll beat Virginia Tech. Florida State's a toss-up. They'll beat Georgia Tech. But no, they're not going to be undefeated going into the Clemson game. No. They're not going to be. They're not going to be undefeated going into the Clemson game. They'll have 1 or 2 losses. In your opinion, who's the best college football player of all time? Herschel Walker. And that's a lot of people's opinion. That's a lot of people's opinion. Here's a list I just pulled up here. This is from this is a list ESPN put out in 2020. They've got Jim Brown number 1, Herschel number 2, Bo Jackson number 3, Archie Griffin number 4, Jim Thorpe 5, Red Green 6, Earl Campbell 7, Dick Butkus 8, Barry Sanders 9, Gale Sayers 10. Here's one from Fox Sports. Where's the list? Cam Newton, number 1 of all. Now, wait a minute. Who the hell put this list out? Oh, no wonder. No wonder. Yeah, this potato. Yeah, you don't even have to look at that list. That list will be a big waste of time. 24/7 Sports. Steve McNair, number 51. I'm not interested in number 51. I'm interested in number 1. Come on, what are we doing here? 24/7 Sports, Herschel Walker, number 1. Archie Griffin, number 2. Barry Sanders, number 3. Bo Jackson, 4. Earl Campbell, 5. OJ, number 6. Ricky Williams, number 7. Jim Brown, number 8. Jim Thorpe, number 9. Tim Tebow, number 10. Yeah, Tom Brady's back. He unretired like 2 weeks after he retired. ACC network all fucked up. What the hell's going on there?
Am I reading that correctly? That says that first place guy is 10 under.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scheffler at 10 under now, leading the Masters. How many losses will Notre Dame have? Let's find out. At Ohio State, probably a loss. They'll beat Marshall. They'll beat Cal. At North Carolina could be a good game. That's a potential loss. BYU, they'll beat by 100, like everyone else does. Stanford, they'll beat. UNLV, they'll beat. Syracuse, they'll beat. Clemson, they could lose that one. Navy, they will beat. Boston College, they will beat. At Southern Cal, they could lose. I'll say 9-3 for Notre Dame. That's just off the top of my head now. I do prediction videos in June. Those are my official predictions. Whatever I say on those videos in June. You guys asked me in this comment section, and I'm just going off the top of my head without doing any research at all or really even studying the rosters or anything like that. That's just kind of... That's a guess, not a prediction. That's a guess, not a prediction. What are the chances Dabo or Kirby replace Saban? 0 in both cases. I would say 15% for Dabo. No chance Kirby. Saban will retire, says Manny. Yeah, at some point. Everyone knows that. We just don't know when that'll be. We know he's going to retire. We just don't know when. Kentucky has another 10-win season. They'll beat Miami of Ohio. Could beat Florida, but not guaranteed. They'll beat Youngstown. They'll beat Northern Illinois. Could lose to Ole Miss. Could lose to South Carolina. Should beat Mississippi State. Could lose to Tennessee. Should beat Missouri. Will beat Vandy. Gonna lose to Georgia. Should beat Louisville. 1, 2, 3, 4. If Kentucky gets to 10 wins, it's going to be because they won a bowl game. 9-3. 9-3, the ceiling for Kentucky regular season. 9-3, the ceiling for Kentucky in the regular season. South Carolina. I feel kind of bad for South Carolina. I think South Carolina is going to be better than last year, but their record might be worse. They'll beat Georgia State. They're going to lose to Arkansas. They're going to lose to Georgia. They'll beat Charlotte. They'll beat South Carolina State. They could lose to Kentucky. They're going to lose to Texas A&M. They'll beat Missouri. They'll beat Vandy. They could lose to Florida. They could lose to Tennessee. They're going to lose to Clemson. Wow. 1. Seven and 5 is the ceiling. I think 7 and 5 is the ceiling. Could get to 8 wins with a bowl. I think they're going to be better than last year, but that's a tough schedule for them. Yeah, my favorite team is Georgia. I'm a college football fan, but my favorite team is Georgia. But I love college football. Wisconsin. Used to be you didn't even have to look at Wisconsin. You just knew they were going 10-2 every year. They'll beat Illinois State. They'll beat Washington State. They'll beat New Mexico State. They will lose at Ohio State. Should beat Illinois. Should beat Northwestern. Toss-up game with Michigan State. Should beat Purdue. Should beat Maryland. Toss-up game at Iowa probably to decide the Big Ten West. Well, look, they play Iowa and Nebraska. The Big Ten West is going to come down to Iowa, Wisconsin, or Nebraska. They play Iowa and Nebraska in back-to-back weeks. And it should beat Minnesota. So let's see. That's 1 loss for sure. 9-3 or 10-2. 10-2 will probably win the West. 9-3 probably won't win the West. Thoughts on Arkansas? I think Arkansas is going to be fine. The quarterback comes back. They're going to have a great offensive line. The defense might even be a little bit better. They lost that really good wide receiver, Trey Burks or whatever his name was, but they got some good ones from the transfer portal. I think they'll be about what they were last year. Some of their, as far as how many games they'll win, a lot of this might depend on home games versus road games, right? On some of these other teams in the SEC West. Let's see. I mean, they got a tough schedule. They could lose to Cincinnati. Now, I think they'll win. Cincinnati lost 2 first-round defensive backs off their off their defense to the NFL. They lose Desmond Ridder, been the quarterback at Cincinnati for forever. But Cincinnati is still going to be a pretty good team. Not as good as they were last year. They get them at home, so that's good. They really need to try to win that game, but I don't think anybody would be surprised to see Cincinnati win. I think they can beat South Carolina at home, but it's not a gimme. They'll beat Missouri State. They'll probably lose to Texas A&M. Probably lose to Alabama. They need to beat Mississippi State even though it's on the road. At BYU, now you know my joke, they're going to win by 100, but in all reality, that could be a iffy game. I think they'll win at Auburn. They'll beat Liberty. LSU is a toss-up, and Ole Miss is a toss-up. They'll beat Missouri. I mean, this is a tough schedule. I don't see any better than 8-4, and I don't know that they can get to 8-4. But I don't see any way at all they get to 9-3. Maybe a couple of things go their way, they can get to 8-4. I think the most likely record is 7-5. No, I'm going to start in June because I always run out of time. So I'm going to start in June this year with my prediction videos. Yeah, George Pickens in the draft. It'll be late first round, early second round. Do you think in the upcoming years the NCAA will intervene with the NFL? I don't even know what you're asking. Vandy schedule preview 2-10. 2-10. Whatever the two worst teams they play, whatever the two worst non-con opponents on their schedule, whoever that is. DJ did not look good. Neither of the Clemson quarterbacks looked good in the first half. Now they cut the game off at halftime, but neither of the quarterbacks really looked that good for Clemson. The defenses looked great, but we already knew that about Clemson. But there wasn't much to get excited about offensively in that Clemson spring game. Kentucky is what South Carolina and Tennessee should strive to be. Consistent. Yeah. Oh, what the hell's going on here? Is that fool Skowski still at Clemson? No, he's gone. He's talking about our buddy Neck Roll, Tank Roll. He's gone. I don't know if he went back to Poland. I don't know what he did, but he's gone. Do you watch the majority of the spring games? Well, I watch as many as I can of the ones that are televised. Unfortunately, that's not very many. Like, take the SEC, for example. The only spring game in the entire SEC being televised is Georgia. So I watch as many as I can, but they don't televise as many as I wish they would. Slim Shady, thank you for the super chat. He says, just a reminder, spots are still available for my next seminar. Slim Shady gives troll classes here on the channel. He's our official troll instructor. Shout out to you, Slim Shady Canes. Yeah, Paxton, I got lit up earlier because I said my surprise pick. My favorite to win the Big 12 is probably Baylor, but my surprise pick to win the Big 12 would be Texas, and I got lit up in the comments section. As a college football fan, what's your number one favorite non-Georgia game to watch every year? The rivalry games. I don't know. Now, I guess my favorite non-Georgia game from year to year changes from year to year based on how important a certain game might be. For example, I think the Ohio State-Michigan game last year was the biggest regular season game of the season, period. And that's a great game all the time. So that might have been my favorite non-con game last year. In general, the Iron Bowl is always really, really big. I love the last weekend of college football when you've got the Iron Bowl, Michigan versus Ohio State, Georgia versus Georgia Tech, Florida versus Florida State, Clemson versus South Carolina, Ole Miss versus Mississippi State, Louisville versus Kentucky, on and on and on. That's my favorite weekend of college football. Well, opening weekend is my favorite weekend because, after nothing for 8 months, we get an entire weekend of college football. That's my favorite weekend of college football. Rivalry weekend, probably my second favorite. Yeah, I think so, Manny. And I'm, as a college football fan, being able to watch the Notre Dame Southern Cal game and have it mean something would be great for college football. So, I'm not a Notre Dame fan or a Southern Cal fan, but it wouldn't hurt my feelings if when those two teams played at the end of the year, they were both top 15 teams, What do you think Florida State record would be? My grandfather said. I think I already did the. If you go to my channel, hold on, let me show you what I. If you go to my channel and you click on playlists and you come down here to 2022 schedule previews, I've done Georgia, Florida, Florida State, Southern Cal, Tennessee, Miami, Michigan, Ohio State. I did Clemson this morning. And I'm going to do a bunch more. So if he wants to know 15 minutes worth of my thoughts about Florida State, you can direct him to this video here. I'll put the schedule up on the screen for now, though, and just give you my brief rundown like I've been doing. Oh yeah, we did this. We did this a little while ago, but they'll beat Duquesne. I think they're going to lose to LSU, but I wouldn't be shocked if they somehow won that game. But I mean, it was, Brian Kelly, new coach, so we'll see. I think LSU still has more talent than Florida State. And even though that's a neutral site game in New Orleans, it's basically a home game for LSU. It's like when Georgia plays a neutral site game in Atlanta at Mercedes-Benz, right? Yes, it's on a neutral field technically, but the majority of the crowd is Georgia. And in this game here, the majority of the crowd is going to be LSU. Tough spot for Florida State there. Should win on the road at Louisville. Should beat Boston College. Wake Forest will be tricky. Their offense is going to score 50 points a game again this year, but they've got no defense at all and didn't really do anything in the offseason to try to fix it. So defensively, if Florida State can find a way to slow them down, keep them under 30 points, I think they'd have a chance to win that one, and it is at home for Florida State. At NC State, I think Florida State loses that one. I like NC State going into this coming year. And I think they probably lose to Clemson, too. Then you get a bye week. You'll beat Georgia Tech. Miami game is a toss-up. I mean, Miami was on a roll last year. Miami won 5 of their last 6 games of the year. The only one they lost was to who? Florida State. So, I think Miami's better than Florida State this year, but I think Miami was better than Florida State last year, too, and Florida State still won. Now, you have to play them there, but weird things happen in these rivalry games, so I would lean Miami there, but that's one that Florida State could win. At Syracuse, you'll win that one in one of Dino Babers' last ever games as head coach, as he's getting fired at the end of this season. Louisiana Raging Cajuns, you'll win. And Florida, you play them there. If you were going to beat Florida, you needed to do it last year. I mean, they were in complete give-up mode last year. You had them at home and still lost. Hard to pick Florida State to win that one this year in Gainesville. The Florida and the LSU game, I think Florida State loses both of those, but I wouldn't be completely shocked if they won one of those two, maybe. So there you go. Yeah, I hate neutral site games. If you've been watching me for any time at all, you know that. I think college football games should be played on a college campus. And then you tell people that, and they look at you like you're an alien. I don't understand. Of course, there's a lot of shit I don't understand. I mean, people rag on like Georgia for playing neutral site games in Atlanta. Georgia doesn't invent these games. Anybody. Chick-fil-A is who puts on these neutral site games in Atlanta. Any company can sponsor a neutral site game somewhere and then get whatever 2 teams they want to come play in it. It's not Georgia's fault that Atlanta hosts a neutral site game every year. It's not Georgia's, just like it's not North Carolina's fault or Clemson's fault or whoever else that Charlotte hosts a neutral. I mean, we played Clemson in Charlotte. Well, Clemson is much closer to Charlotte than Athens is. We didn't use that as an excuse, though. We still went up there and won the game. But so if somebody in Eugene, Oregon wants to put together a neutral site game for week 1 and go around the country and recruit teams to come play, there's nothing to stop them from doing that. I mean, yeah, it's an obvious advantage. It's an obvious advantage for Georgia to play Oregon in Atlanta versus playing Oregon in Seattle, Washington. So I'm not going to deny that it's an advantage, but it's not an advantage that Georgia created. Chick-fil-A went out and set up this kickoff classic game, and every year they try to get 2 teams to agree to play in it. And it's not Georgia's fault. Yeah, it's an obvious advantage to be an hour and a half away from the stadium as opposed to being on the other side of the country like Oregon is. I don't deny that at all. But it's not, it's not Georgia's fault. Should the national championship be played at the highest seeds home stadium? No. National championship should be played on a neutral field, just like in the NFL, just like the Super Bowl in the NFL. What are your thoughts on Notre Dame playing Texas State in 2023? Why would I have any thoughts on that? Notre Dame will beat them by 50 points. Are you talking about because it's a HBCU or something? I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that. National championships will always be neutral, but I don't mind conference championship being at home stadium. Probably never going to see that either. Championship games, whether on the conference level or the national level, is probably always going to remain at a neutral site. All right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. All right, I've been on for, I don't know, since 1 o'clock, so over 3 hours. But I appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. I will be doing this again next Saturday for the Georgia game, plus whatever other games happen to be on at the time. So if you had a good time today, come back, join us next Saturday. We'll hang out some more. And I'll see you guys again real soon. Have a good morning.